Hello, and welcome back to Abiding in the Secret Place. I'm Dr. Natalie Lenore Blackman, and I'm going to be walking us through finding the secret place or abiding in the secret place, which is the refuge or under the wing of the Creator of heaven and earth. And in doing so, our ultimate goal will be quantum healing for our body, our will, our soul, our mind, and our spirit. So we want to align those three, and by doing that, we are going to reach a state of where we're producing healthy fruit, or the ultimate goal is just the fruits of the spirit and getting rid of all the negative fruits or all the negative weeds that we have growing in our garden. And previously we talked about seeds, and I'm going to talk about time, because there's seed, time, and harvest. And in fact, going back to the subject of time, this is the most unprofessional thing I have ever done. I have all the no-nos according to doing any type of video recording. I have poor lighting. I have my iPhone only. I do not have a speaker. But the timing is the most important to me. And the Father asked me to start this series on the first day of Nisan, and He's given me some time to prepare for it. And instead of preparing, I drug my feet and hoped that it would just go away. I didn't really want to do this. So I am trying my best to be obedient. And the timing is important. It is crucial. I don't want to miss the time. I don't want to miss the window of opportunity, but also the window that the Father wanted me to speak in. So going back to time, we are the first day in Nisan, which is the first day on the new calendar of the Hebrew calendar. They have two types of New Year's. Nisan, which is the first month, is not necessarily New Year's, but New Year's celebration begins in the fall in the seventh month. So I like to think of it as two New Years. And I also like to think of it as two beginnings, because actually, according to the Chinese medicine calendar, we should spring clean in the spring, and then we should also do it in the fall. And so I think that that's interesting that the calendar goes with both of those. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of time and in spring time. So being in time, that is very, very important. Not chronological time, but in chronos, that's chronos time, but being in kairos time. And kairos is divine time. Okay, so we're going to talk about a lot of interesting things on this channel. But divine time, in my opinion, is the most important thing we have on the earth. I mean, I hate to just use the word thing, but it is a great opportunity for growth, for development, for rerouting our destiny, for one, and rerouting our health, and renewing. So we're going to be able to renew our youth. These scriptures that were given to us, they're not just words. So we will renew our youth like the eagles, and that is a goal is a promise given to us by God, and that is a goal for us. Okay, so that's part of what I want to teach in this series, is that secret place is getting to a place of renewal and youthfulness. And so we're in the spring season, and we talked earlier about it being the time where we cleanse the liver, and the liver is the organ that is responsible for anger. And I love starting with this organ because I deal with people every day, And anger is a very common emotion, and it's gotten worse. It seems since we've had social media where people can just voice their opinions about everything, there is no more filter anymore. So where people used to think, I'm not going to say that could hurt their feelings, they just say it. And so anger is actually a very big problem. I call it grumpy man syndrome because in the past it used to just be mostly men, but now we see it across the board with women and of course children. And so anger seems to be a very common emotion. And there, of course, it is a root that comes from seeds that have been planted. Usually it can come through trauma, it can come through fear, it can come through the generational line, and then in the body, of course, it can come from what we call liver stagnation. So in this series, I want to talk about the things that we can do for our liver as far as detoxing goes, and then for the body, but also my ultimate goal in doing this series is, what if we cannot get the supplements that we need to detox? Okay, what if we couldn't rely on the natural things to get us to this state of detoxing? Well, then we've got to look inward, and we've got to start looking at quantum, which is what I want to teach on eventually. But we've got to look at what we can do internally to cause our body to function the way that it was designed. Does that make sense? Like, if we're dealing with liver stagnation and Chinese medicine, I could give you a bunch of different supplements and open up the liver. We could do acupuncture and open up the liver. But what if we did it solely through rerouting our mind, our thoughts, healing emotions, trauma? What if we were able to resolve liver stagnation, anger, irritability solely through soul food? Okay, not natural food that we're putting into our body, but soul food. And that's really what I want to go into with this series, because we can only take so many supplements. Some people only can take so many pharmaceuticals. But there has to be a time and a place when we say, no, I want to do something different. I'm ready to really get healed. I use acupuncture, herbs, diet, and have my whole life. I've just turned 45. My whole life, since I was 5 years old, I can remember my dad teaching me the importance of what I put in my body, the foods that I put in my body, the supplements that I put in my body. My whole life has been dedicated to what I put in my body. Okay? But that's not enough. You're going to get to an age and you're going to say, it's not enough. I need something else. Okay? And that's the place where the Father has taken me and been showing me that it's not enough. The supplements are not going to be enough. The food is not going to be enough. It is not going to get us to the secret place, which is where divine healing operates, okay? Or divine health, like where our body operates in divine health. We're going to have to be in the secret place. Okay, there's too many outside stressors, and when people first get into holistic medicine and alternative medicine, they come to me with their fears. Okay, the fears of what's in the water, and the fears of what's in the food, and the fears of what's in the environment, and the fears of what's in the air, and they're just full of fear, and so they almost get into holistic medicine because they are fearful. of everything that has been affecting them and everything that can affect them and everything that will affect them. And that is a dangerous place because I once was there. I was there as a young kid. I mean, phobias. People were afraid of COVID. I'm like, that's nothing. I used to be a germaphobe, like hardcore germaphobe, and also a chemical phobe. And I had to release all of that. And fear is a horribly unhealthy frequency and an unhealthy emotion, and the body cannot thrive in that. So if someone's taking supplements and eating the right foods because they're fearful of what's going to happen to them if they don't, it's not going to do a whole lot. Okay, you're not going to get a whole lot of health from that. So where this is going to be the new medicine. Okay, this is the new medicine. It's going to be the medicine of healing our mind, our will, our emotions, and in doing so, healing the soul, and in doing so, healing our heart and our spirit, and watching our body thrive. So I hope you're as excited about this as I am. I hope you're excited to be a part of the Kairos moment, the springtime moment of beginning this cleanse in the body. And I hope you look forward to what I'm going to bring in the next